Born with a wild, independent sense of creativity, Shirley Jones spent her early years honing her talent, a talent that later elevated her to become one of the best American actresses and singers in the 50s and 60s. A pioneer in her career who paved the way for several talented women just like her to boldly show their talents to the world deserves to be celebrated even now. But don't take my word for it. Let me take you into the world of Shirley Jones. It'll leave you enchanted. But before we get to the video, make sure you do subscribe to the channel below and leave a comment saying, I subscribed, and we're going to do our best to personally respond to your comment. From singing in the choir to becoming a TV icon. Right from childhood, Shirley's voice was like that of a nightingale. But did you know that she started singing publicly in the Methodist Church choir when she was just 6 years old? Yes, you heard that right. You must be wondering what kind of a talent would have a child singing in the choir at such a young age. Her parents recognized how gifted she was and decided to take her to Ralph Lawando for voice lessons. However, and here's the kicker, what they didn't know was that Shirley never wanted to be anything close to a musician or an actor. She loved pets so much that she made up her mind to become a veterinarian. Later on, eyes began to open to her own gift. Perhaps getting involved in high school plays in her high school contributed to sparking the love she had for acting. In 1953, she was introduced to an agent who encouraged her to go for an audition with John Fernley. This was the dawn of her singing and acting career. Jones performed so well that she caught the attention of two renowned composers and lyricists, Rodgers and Hammerstein. Being in the midst of some of the creators of the most successful, innovative American musicals definitely wasn't a breakthrough she expected so soon, but she was determined to use every bit of opportunity she got, and this was her time to shine. The best part was when she became the first and only singer to be put under contract with Rodgers and Hammerstein. They believed in her potential so much that they were willing to invest in her. Jones spent the next few years proving them right. Multifaceted talent and first woman to win an acting Oscar. After bagging her first role as a female lead in the musical film Oklahoma in 1955, Jones' career began to skyrocket. She was so outstanding that she kept getting chosen for musical roles in movies year after year, from acting in the musical Carousel in 1956 to starring in The Music Man in 1962, and so many more after that. She became an unstoppable force to be reckoned with. Jones made over 60 appearances on television and on stage. However, even with her award-winning performances, she was still doubted by many, including the director of the musical film, Elma Gantry. Richard Brooks did everything in his power to fight against her being in the film, but he quickly changed his mind when he saw her performance in the first scene. He was amazed and told her she would win an Oscar for her performance. She must have believed his words because she won a 1960 Academy Award for her performance as a prostitute in the same movie. She didn't stop there. Shirley worked so hard that she actually won an acting Oscar in 1970 after she acted as Shirley Partridge in the ABC's musical sitcom The Partridge Family. Her role in the film increased her level of influence and put her on the screens of millions of people in over 70 countries. It was clear that Shirley and her co-stars did an amazing job because, soon enough, they began to release a number of albums and singles, one of which became the #1 song on the Billboard Hot 100 music chart. What a lot of people don't know is that one of her 5 children in the film was actually her real-life stepson, David Cassidy. When David was asked how he felt about acting with her, he clearly stated that he loved working with her and that she was a lovable, kind person. Art has a way of imitating reality because Jones was often given roles where she had to act as a wholesome, kind character. Interestingly, this was her personality in reality. A phenomenal actress on screen, down to earth off screen. So if there's one thing that successful people don't feel obligated to do, it's to be nice to people off camera. Shirley was different. Even her co-actors publicly expressed that she was nice, warm, and friendly with everyone. Her humble beginnings made her realize the importance of treating people kindly. Jones even had a loving personal relationship with her co-actors. She called them and checked on them every now and then, even when she didn't have to. And that was why it broke her heart when Suzanne Crowe, one of her TV daughters, died. These were her words. I'm so devastated to hear of the sad, sudden loss of Suzanne. I still remember her as my young daughter on the Partridge Family. She was the baby of the show. It's a rude awakening that we are all mortal. How fleeting life is. My heart goes out to her family and children. Suzanne will always be remembered, and I will always treasure my memories of her. Suzanne Crowe. My sweet TV baby for 5 years. Only 52. Never a sick day. Two adorable children, a devoted husband, everything to live for. Just fell asleep at the dining room table and left us forever. Dear God, take care of my baby. The sincerity and pain in her words showed just how empathetic and loving she was. Shirley wrote an autobiography that opened up her secrets. Age has a way of drowning your fears about what people think about you. Shirley made a decision to write a rather revealing autobiography when she turned 79. It was her way of telling her story, a raw, uncut version of it. Even though she opened up about the challenges that she faced in her career, the Hollywood actors she worked with, even the one she fell in love with, Richard Widmark, and the backlash she received from her admirers for acting as a prostitute in Elma Gantry, what really took her viewers by surprise was the revelation about her love life. She opened up about her ex-husband, Jack Cassidy, who she fell in love with when she was 21 years old. Their relationship was more complicated than it looked on the outside. Even though he was the man who exposed her to the world, he had certain issues that remained buried, secrets in her family. These were the secrets. Jack had a drinking problem. He also cheated on her severally with other women and showed signs that he was envious of her success. Jack Cassidy was later diagnosed with bipolar, but through it all, she made a decision to stand by his side even when people told her not to. Their marriage, though, came to an end in 1975. She later got married to Marty Ingalls in 1977. Jones didn't fail to mention how much he still adores her even in old age. She stated in her autobiography that her ex-husband did all he could to get back together with her, but she rejected his offer of reconciliation because she had moved on. In December 1978, Shirley received heartbreaking news that he was found dead in his penthouse, which caught fire. Shirley Jones made her mark in the entertainment industry and gained the attention of millions of people across the world by saying yes to her talent and seeing that through to the end. The icon continues to inspire many across the world, even her own grandson Jack, who made it clear that he is indeed from Shirley Jones's family line when he auditioned in the singing competition TV show The Voice and gave jaw-dropping performances. Which of Shirley Jones' facts captured your attention the most? Well, let us know in the comments section below. And don't forget to check out the next video in the series. It promises to be amazing.